Good morning and welcome to this week's video brought to you by Fog. Yay, another foggy morning. I'm so excited. I am up here at Pilot Mountain State Park, which is one of my favorite local places to come for some foggy photography. I think it's probably because of the elevation change that we kind of get a little bit more fog that kind of nestles around Pilot Mountain as opposed to some of the other areas. And so I'm just really excited to get out here and do some photography. I'm specifically on the Grindstone Trail, and I'm heading towards the Three Bears Gully, which is the area that was burned by the forest fire that came through last end of November, so right after Thanksgiving of last year, so that is 2021. And I came out here about 3 weeks after that forest fire and kind of photographed kind of the aftermath of the fire and stuff. And it was also a foggy morning. It was very eerie and you still smell the smoke in the air. And so it's a totally different feeling today with the fog because we are the first weekend of September. There is fresh growth on the forest floor where that had been previously burned. Leaves on the trees. When I came out here, I think it was in April, about 4 months after I had came out previously in December, you could kind of start seeing some little signs of life, which was exciting. And so I'm really excited to see how the forest floor has changed, how the trees are recovering and stuff. So I'm excited that you are coming along with me on this journey to do some foggy photos for photo photography and to also kind of see how the trees and the landscape has changed and grown over the course of the summer. So camera-wise, I have my Nikon Z6, I have my 24-70 f4 lens, which is primarily the lens I'll be using today. I do have my 70-200, but I have no intentions that I'll probably really break that out. Camera setting-wise, because it is really cloudy and it's foggy, I will be using a little bit higher ISO, so probably anywhere from like maybe an ISO 400 to maybe an 800, maybe 1,000. But if I have to bump it up to 1,000, I'll probably break out my tripod, which I have right there, and stuff. So I'm really excited to do this trail with you and just to kind of see how it's changed. Depending on time when I get done, I may take some photos on a couple of different trails, but we'll kind of just see how busy it is or whatever today. There is supposed to be some rain at any point this late this morning, early afternoon. So I do have my rain jacket and I do have my umbrella hat. So I should be cover my bases with gear to keep me dry and comfortable. So anyways, let's get some foggy forest photography and documentation underway. I will of course be trying to find some of the trees that I have previously taken photos of so I can do a comparison, and I will share those comparisons from December and April, and then now today is it September 5th? Yeah, September 5th. So yeah, so without further delay, let's get some photography underway, and yeah, let's go exploring. All right, so I came across the first tree that I recall seeing from my first trip out here and my second trip out here. It looks probably fairly similar to my second trip. I'll have to compare the photos when I get home, so I'm gonna get ready to take a photo of it. But what I really liked about this tree when I originally saw it was just kind of the leading lines and then the different branches that were poking out and stuff. So that's what caught my attention the very first time I saw this photo. Now this time there's a lot of green around it from the new growth on the forest floor, so it's going to be quite a different photo than what I took the first time. But as with the second time, you can kind of see that it's kind of deteriorated a little bit, and that is probably most likely like your woodpeckers or your different birds and stuff that kind of find different insects and stuff within the wood and kind of, you know, peck it away and stuff. So I'm going to snap a photo here and then we'll kind of continue on down the trail. But yeah, I just really liked this photo. I really like it with its fog and stuff. So I'm really excited to shoot this photograph this particular tree, down tree again and stuff. So I like that you can still see some burnt around, like on the front of the tree and stuff, like on the ground. But then you got the green growing up around it. So anyways, snap this photo and then we'll continue on down the trail. So we're in the Three Bears Gully area, and you can definitely see some new life on the forest floor with the growth of some of the perennial type of plants that kind of grow. So like for instance this right here, which I think it's a dog fennel, I'm not 100% sure, but you also got some goldenrod, what I think is goldenrod kind of blooming through too. So obviously not much change with the pine trees. They got burnt pretty badly. But it's nice to see like the fresh growth on the forest floor. That's one of the great things about a fire sometimes, is it rejuvenates the forest floor and everything. So, but I found a tree, this log right here, this burnt log right there, that I had previously taken photos of twice. And so I just snapped a couple other photos there. And yeah, so we'll just kind of compare those. Really the comparison will be, one, the deterioration of the log itself, but then also the growth around it. It's just kind of nice to see some of this fresh green. And so it's really kind of a stark contrast, I feel like, with, you have the black charred of where the fire had burned, and then you got pops of the green of the fresh growth and stuff. And so it's really just kind of fun to see these little splashes of green and a very dark burnt landscape. And so it's really pretty to see and stuff. And so yeah, just kind of looking around. It looks like some like lower level maybe shrubs, or maybe it's like some beginnings of some trees that are kind of back in that direction, potentially. So it'll be interesting to see how this particular landscape changes and stuff, what grows back. Will it be deciduous trees? Will there be pine trees again? Because these were pretty much all pine trees and stuff that were kind of down in this particular swath, which was kind of like the main burn scar area, I believe, of the forest fire. So I'm going to kind of continue on down the trail more towards the outlook. I'm hoping I can find the baby pine trees that I had found in April that had the baby burls, like the beginning stages of a burl, because I'm curious to see what they look like now. Previously they were just like, it looked like a brain. As we describe it, it was there was these orange colors through it. Like previously I had only ever seen the burls after they were like on a larger tree and decades over, where it was just bark and stuff. So I'm curious to see what those burls look like on these pine trees. So hopefully I'll be able to find those here when I get down. But anyways, we're just going to continue on down the trail. I'm going to snap some more photos of the trail and the rocks and stuff, so we can compare those with the other photos that I had previously taken. So get ready for some more photos here in just a moment. So anyways, let's head on back down the trail. All right, so as you can see, I have put on my umbrella hat and my rain jacket because it kind of started to rain and everything. So just trying to keep myself a little bit drier. And if you have not seen these umbrella hats before, these are freaking fantastic. I love them. I got them off of Amazon. I will link them in the description below, but it's like my new favorite inexpensive camera accessory, especially as an outdoor photographer. And being out here when it's raining and stuff, it just keeps me and my gear drier. So anyways, so the ones that I got was like a 3-pack. So it has like camo, this blue color, which I'm wearing today, which does not match the blue of my jacket, but I don't really care. And then a very colorful one that I have worn previously in another video. So But I found some of the burls that I had photographed before. There's these like kind of, I think maybe I called them the burls or the twin burls. I can't remember what I labeled them, but I will show a comparison photo from when I was here in April and found them and now. So I just already snapped a couple photos and stuff. It's just raining, so I brought my camera back underneath the outcrop, this rock outcropping over here. Where is it at? There. It's over there. It's underneath that rock outcropping. Woo, tongue twister. But yeah, so the burls have changed a little bit more bark has grown. What's kind of interesting about one of the burls is that one of the sections of the bark has kind of like peeled off. So I don't know if that is because the tree's growing and it's growing, or if it peeled off from weather. I'm not entirely sure. I know, not quite a tree specialist, but yeah, so I photographed that burl and I found a couple of the other burls that I had seen when I was out here previously. One of the things that I thought was really, really cool was on this, I believe it's a chestnut oak tree, which is right behind me. There is this branch that branches out here, but I don't know if you can really see it in the video. There is this like white fungi, whatever, kind of growing off of that branch, and it looks really cool. I just happened to like look up and see it because I had noticed an acorn on the ground and I was curious what kind of tree it was. And so I'm going to swap my lens before I leave this area to my 70 to 200, just so I can get a clearer picture of that and stuff for you to show and stuff. So hopefully I will be showing that picture here in a moment after I swap lenses. But yeah, so it was just really cool looking. I've never seen anything quite like that. So I just want to kind of document it. It looks, oh my God, it's just really cool. So I'll grab some video with the 70 to 200 and then also some photos for that so I can show those if I haven't already showed you the video, but you'll definitely see the photos here in just a moment. But one of the things that I really like about this particular area, Three Bears Gully, is, especially in the fog, is just how eerie it is because you have these rocks. And I'm going to be a little careful because it is slick outside. But yeah, so there's just this nice little drop off and stuff. So people who are going rock climbing will go and walk down here and stuff. But I really just like seeing the viewpoint going off into the distance. Clear days, you can see downtown like Winston-Salem way out there in the distance and stuff. Or in that direction you get like the Blue Ridge Parkway or the Blue Ridge Mountains and stuff. So it's really just really pretty vantage point. I'm really excited about all the growth that's on the trees out here. We have another chestnut oak and there's some acorns on it. So it's really exciting to kind of see that the trees that were kind of in this thick of the burn went through the whole cycle this summer and everything with the growing the leaves and then some acorns and stuff. So that's really exciting to see. But yeah, so I'm just going to kind of meander around here, take some more photos of different things that catch my eyes, and then we'll kind of meander around and see what else we can photograph that I find interesting to see. So anyways, I'm going to probably just swap my lens right now so I don't forget to, and then kind of continue on around the trail. So anyways, you guys, I'll see you guys here in a few. All right, so made it to the other area that I'm taking some photos of, and it's part of the Mountain to Sea trail and stuff, and it's just really, really pretty little trail. The fog is not as thick down here, so fogginess not so much, but I was walking along the trail, and whenever I'm walking around, I'm always looking and head up, head down, looking side to side, looking for different unique things to take photos of and stuff. And if you see this tree behind me, if you notice, there's this other tree that's right here, and a root has literally sliced through and is growing on the side of this tree, and I just thought that was so cool. So I snapped some photos of that. Hopefully those turn out and I like them, but I just thought that was really cool. All right, so just kind of walking along the trail. One, that was a really cool tree. Not sure how well that photo is or not, but the other thing that I really liked is this tree right here and the vine that is... Good morning. This vine, this plant that's kind of growing up the trunk and stuff. And I just really, really like that contrast of the black from the fire and then the bright green of the leaves and stuff of that particular vine. I just thought that was really, really cool, and so I just wanted to quickly point that out and share that with you. I think I'm gonna really like these photos of this particular tree. The other thing that I really liked about the composition was there are some fallen red leaves and stuff from some like maples that are down below, so it's just this nice little contrast of the tree, which also has, like, I call it the two-headed dragon, where it has like two trunks that kind of split off, and then you have your vine, and then you have your fallen maple leaves on the ground. And so I just really, really liked that photo. I just thought it was really striking, really, yeah, I think striking. I think striking is the word I want to use. I'm just going to use that adjective. It's really striking, a very nice contrast. You got green all behind it, so I'm really excited to see those photos on my computer and get those edited, because that could possibly be one of my favorite photos from this particular hike today, is of that particular tree. So anyways, we are going to continue on down the trail. Oh, I guess one more thing before I continue on down the trail. My settings for that was I did have my polarizing filter on, ISO 640, shutter speed was 1/40th of a second, and aperture I think it was f6.8. Let me just double check on that. Yep, it was f5.6, I'm sorry, was my aperture. So those were the settings for that particular shot. We're gonna head down, continue on down the trail, but just lots of greenness, lots and lots and lots of greenness. So it's fantastic. So anyways, we are gonna just kind of continue on. All right, so just been kind of walking around the trail a little bit. I'm actually heading back to my car as we speak, and I was just taking some photos of this particular scene behind me with these really large mature trees, just nicely spaced, but it's just super, super green, and they're just nicely spaced that it just kind of makes for a really nice scene. And then as I was taking photos, and there's also the trail there, so I got a couple photos of some people walking along the trail, this valley, and it was just, I think it's gonna make a nice composition, either with the people or without the people. And as I was just kind of looking in the scene, looking at the different trees, I noticed this tree right behind me, that's the two-headed dragon, that there is literally rocks wedged in the center of this tree, and it's just totally cool and unique, and like just that the tree's kind of grown up around it. I am very interested to know how that happened without the rocks falling down or anything, but it's just totally unique and different having the rocks wedged in the center of those two the true trunks that are splitting off. So but anyways, I'm heading back to my car, so I thought I will just go ahead and finish up this week's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing the progress of the forest at the top of Pilot Mountain and the progression since the forest fire in December. So I hope that you enjoyed. I will show photos from December and April, and then today's together. You would have already seen those together, and then I hope that you enjoyed the other photos that I managed to snag while I was around here. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with your friends and family. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I really hope that you do, so you can continue to come along on my photography adventures. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.